Hello, Pat Skeets here from meandmycricket.com. That's my website for those of you who are new to my channel. All of my pages are posted there, and I have design space links for everything, so you can copy anything that you like. So today I'm doing an album share. I have, I think, a dozen pages or so here. And these are from Everyday Life Scrapbook number 50 on my website. So that's where you'll find these pages specifically if you're looking for Design Space links. And if you don't know, Design Space is a free program by Cricut. So you can design in there, and there are free images that you can use as well for designing. Anyway, these are mostly nature and floral pages, and I think they're some of the prettiest pages I've ever done. I absolutely love all these new images in Design Space. They're just so inspiring, and they're making such beautiful pages. So I'm eager to show them to you. I hope you like them too. I should also tell you that although these are florals and that, they would be very nice pages for, like, my photos are flowers in my garden and parks and things, but I think this was during COVID too, so but anyway, they make beautiful pages for camping or portraits or nature, any outdoor hiking, that sort of thing. So I'm going to start showing you these. Isn't this pretty? So this is actually from a botanical garden near my place, and these wooden structures is a walkway, and it looks kind of like this. There's an arbor there, and it goes on for two paths. So I did an arbor, and I used wood paper for that. And then I just added a beautiful print of flowers, because these flowers were all red. So I used this paper, and I just added it here and there. I filled in the arbor with it, did a border here and a little patch there. I guess I didn't have much of it left, because I know I've used it before. And then I added a border along the bottom with this this is a sticker border. So it probably was from Creative Memories. These embellishments are from Creative Memories. Red roses, I think it is. Anyway, so I found these baskets were all hanging from the arbor. So I did two baskets hanging from the arbor, and then I did pots beside it, window boxes, but I just wanted a container for the plants. And I just created these with leaves and then a flower image. I duplicated it here a little smaller. And these are all clusters and embellishments from Creative Memories, as I said. So anyway, I just love this page. It's so pretty. And I think it'd be really nice for portraits or hiking, whatever. Lovely page. One of my favorites. And here's another beautiful page. Oh, I love this too. Look at these beautiful florals. So I picked a more subtle background paper here and a bold multicolored print for the top, and then chose the other papers off the colors that are in here. So there's the beige, the softer green is in here, and so then I have 1, 2, 3, and then the peach for this frame, and this matte on this is I pulled that from this print as well. So I did use a patterned paper for these flowers. I'll show it to you closer so you can see. It's a polka dot, a little tiny micro mini print polka dot, and so that gives a little more interest to these flowers. All these flowers are in the same paper, and this soft green in the leaves, it's like this colored green. It is just a mottled texture so that it's not flat green. I do like my patterned papers. I'm addicted to them. I think the photos all just come to life when they're on patterned paper. They just look 3D. When you put them on a solid colored sheet of paper, they still just look 2D, two-dimensional. But it makes such a difference using patterned papers around your photos. Anyway, I used this frame. I copied it for here, but only this page I turned it at an angle and over top of the photo that I double matted underneath. And then I added a beautiful floral. These two coordinate, they're in Design Space. So I'm just loving the new florals all over the place. Love them. Now I created a cluster here, another one here. This sort of spoke for itself. I did add pearls, peach pearls around, and some green enamel dots here and there. This would be from Creative Memories, this cluster. And these borders too. I used one of them up here along the top. I don't like empty space on my pages, so I look for things. I did a tag like the one here. I did another one up here, and then I cut this border and just looped it through and put a wreath embellishment here. It just filled up that space, and it wasn't dominating it, so it seemed to be kind of pretty. Anyway, this is at that botanical park near my house. Our friends are visiting, and so we went for a walk there. Beautiful floral. All right, so this is my flowers in my garden. My baskets, so I guess they were just kind of planted, so they're not that full. Anyway, on this page, I love this background paper. It has metallic gold pattern on it. And then I decided to do a semicircle of, this is a scalloped frame, round frame, and so I did 1, 2, and then I cut it in half. So I did the beautiful print on top, so it shows the most, and then I used a different coordinating print for this wide border along the bottom. I did a background here, the same as this paper, and then I did a hanging basket on top of it. I lifted this up higher, and I found this image. Oh, this is folded. It got wrecked. I'll have to fix that and glue it properly. It has to go over here. I'll fix that. So I found this image in, I think it was ornamental iron. It's just part of a door or something. So, and then I found this image. So I used it as a stand because it really does match my my window, like they're not window boxes, but it's a long oval planter that I have, a couple of them outside. So this recreated my planter there and there. This got ruined. Anyway, I did create a title here by, I found this image of a fence with a flower, and then I added the words, the title on it, and added a little watering can to it. So then I grouped that. Then I added the shadow, or the offset in white, and then another one in green. I'm quite enjoying creating my titles or grouping things together to create images on my pages. I'm really enjoying doing that lately. I did the same with this. This was just a hanging basket, so I put a flower arrangement inside of it. And then I embellished with enamel dots on these flowers and things. So Anyway, another pretty floral page. This, I think, is stunning. I just love this page. I have, it's a purple leaf sand cherry bush out my kitchen window. And it was in bloom. It has the tiniest pink, icy pink flowers on it in every spring. And then there's my flowering crab. So that's out the front. And then this is it in, oh no, that's the purple leaf. And there's my flowering crab. So I did all the pink plum type florals on one page. And I have this beautiful paper. So I used it for a main background here and a piece of it for a background along the middle, because I found these corner images, this corner image here, and these all coordinated from one image set in Design Space. They're just so beautiful. So I did another one. This is a frame. That's right. This is a frame with a big corner and a small corner floral. And so I did my photo. I did it way bigger than my photo so that I could just tuck it under a little bit without it being all covered up. And then I just added a row of pearls, pink pearls. And this is a border that I have purchased. It's butterflies. So I lined it with the dark pink, the plum, this dark shade underneath it, so it would show up, because on the printed papers it didn't show up that well. So I did have to line it. And then I just added gems, 3 in the middle of each of all these flowers, and it gives it a little bit of sparkle on the page. So on this side I did a double border at the back, and then this and this is their one image. I guess you can put a word or a title, use it for something else smaller, but I wanted to put my photos in between. I used a border punch here, and then this is the other half of this butterfly border. I snipped it and used half over here and half here. I just love this page. Added pearls all over the place, and I did a line of pearls in between the two photos. I just love, love, love this page. Now, wouldn't that be beautiful for a bride, a wedding picture, or grad, or prom, or just some beautiful portraits that you have. Love it. That's why I said some of these are some of my favorite pages. And there's another beautiful one. I love this one too. These are my irises in my garden. And so it's just so pretty. I did, this is a punch around the page, Martha Stewart punch. You get the side punch and then the corners. So it does the whole pattern. So I did that for a background on both of these pages, and this paper is a tone-on-tone polka dot. And then I think this is graphic 45, the green stripe behind it, and it coordinates with these purple flowers, this beautiful print. Here it is here too. So I did Kiwi Lane facing down on this side and facing up on this side, and backed it with the green stripe in a scallop. They're fairly new for Kiwi Lane. They coordinate with their older templates. You get 3 different ones in a set, and they coordinate with 3 older, like Aspen Lane and Clara Lane or whatever. 3 different ones. So I love this one. I then, in Design Space, found this cluster of grass or reeds with beautiful iris in the middle. So I did that right here. And then on this side I did a single iris. That was in a different cartridge. And this border of irises I did on the green. This is from an old Cricut cartridge. I can't remember which one. And then there's the short form of it. I think I might have welded these together if it didn't come long. Anyway, I did the long one down here. And I decided to cut these into a circle to have a little more space for my pretty papers to show. These are not irises, but anyway, they are purple flowers. So, oh, this is a border that I had purchased, K & Company. It's in my stash. I have tons of old K & Company borders. I just love borders. So, another beautiful, beautiful page. So, here's another. So I did 2 different backgrounds on this, and they're just vibrant chrysanthemums, mums in my garden. So I just found a title, Beautiful, for this, and I did a little squares. I think they're 3-inch squares of 3 different coordinating patterns, paper. 1, 2, repeat it on this side, and then cut my photo in a circle here to just overlap, just trying to have fun placing photos. Then I found these images just were so beautiful in Design Space. They inspired the page. Like, I mean, they are this flower. They're marigolds, actually. So I used these images. This one I raised above this one, and then I did some taller growing ones. I'm sure they're all together in the same cartridge in Design Space. On my website, I have a better description of all these pages, and I tell you the papers that I've used and what Cricut cartridge that these images are found in, so that you can always go there for reference if you want to know where the paper, what pad or collection that the papers are from. Anyway, another beautiful floral page. I did a doily type circle here for a background and repeated it here. And it's just a very pretty page. I can see kids playing on a page like this, or portraits, or showers, or anyway, hiking, camping, anything. Beautiful outdoor pages. I love flowers, so I think every single piece of artwork in my house is floral. That's just me. Okay, so here's another beautiful page. I'm just loving these. New images in Design Space. Well, when I did these, these are from probably over a year ago. Just getting around to posting them now. So these flowers they're a tall canis. Anyway, they're in that botanical garden near us. And I took my granddaughter and a friend there, and I gave them each a camera, and I let them take pictures. And these are their pictures that they took. They're lovely. So anyway, I found all these images that coordinate with a butterfly on them. So I did a butterfly and added some butterflies to the top. I found this butterfly corner image too that's beautiful. And excuse me, I've had a cold for a month. A head cold, just getting over it. So this is just a floral that I use for a background. And then I used a giant floral here for a background. This border all around is that punch around the page again, Martha Stewart, only it's a deep edge punch. So I did that there. Then I did a border. The middle was kind of vacant, so I just used this paper here in the dark color that I used on this floral here. And I ran it behind in the middle just using a border punch top and bottom. Then I had some little butterfly gems, so I added them on the page. Put in the centers of these butterflies, I put gold rhinestones, and here too, and then in the centers of the flowers. This is just a punch, this butterfly, and these are little ones that I have as a punch. So I added those on top too. Then I added 3 big lines of red gems just to fill that space, and a bigger butterfly. So it was fun. Oh, this is a cluster from Creative Memories. It's their yellow bloom grouping that's from. Anyway, I love this page too. The images and design space are just gorgeous. They inspire the whole page. Just look at images and then you go, okay, I love that. Like, that's what happened with this. I saw this image. I absolutely loved it. And so I thought, I'm going to use it on the next page I'm doing. So that's why it's here, and it's in the colors of my photos. So I found this paper that had beetles and floral images on it. So that was my multicolored print. And then this background coordinates with it. And this other, I used the Kiwi Lane here, so there's another shade of paper behind. That's I did 2 layers of border here. And then after I had to find a spot to put this big, and then I placed my photos around. And I had fun looking for, I found a big beetle, like the beetles on the page here. So I put a big beetle there. And then I found, this is my hydrangea bush, or one of them. And so I did hydrangeas on this page. There's a border of them from a Cricut cartridge. It's an old cartridge. Then I found this newer image of hydrangeas in a pot. So I love that. And then this is a hanging basket image. And I welded it with this floral leaf image, so that I could just put it together as a hanging basket. And then I did a cluster. These are Creative Memories. I think it's Spring Meadow is the collection. And then this is just a different one. I lifted these and added them, 2 little clusters there, just to fill it in, create a little interest. So now I can see beautiful pictures, portraits on this, you know, prom, grad, anything. Just rearranging it a little bit. I think it'd be beautiful. Girly, feminine page. Okay, this one is not so floral, but this page is, well, it's my backyard. And then we take pictures every year to see it as the trees grow and get bigger and things. Anyway, so, but this is my husband's favorite boy toy. Oh, so there's the title, Boy Toys. He loves his ride-on lawnmower, and it died. So I took a picture of it before we sent it to the dump, so that he would have this to remember his favorite boy toy. Anyway, he loved it so much, he would cut all the neighbors' lawns just to stay on it and keep riding it. They appreciated it while it worked. Anyway, so on this page I did, this is from Elegant Edges. They have images in that program called the Book, and it's a fancy edge, and there's one that coordinates with every single frame on that cartridge. So there's 50 different ones, and it's cut like here. So it's like a book cover, I guess. I don't know why they called it a book, but that's what they are. And so I used that, and then I welded a rectangle to it at the right size. So that gave me this image here to use as a frame or a background for my page. And I love doing this with that images, with the book images from this cartridge. I just love it. So it really creates an impact. I have 2 of them facing each other here. And then I put my 4x6 photos matted on top. And then I have this die that's a frame, very pretty frame. I love it. So I just put it on top of the photo on each side. And this one, it goes over the big giant floral basket I have on my patio. It's like 4 feet high. So it just sort of worked that it highlighted a section of the photo, and this too. And then I just added an embellishment from Creative Memories. Again, I do wrap them, so I buy a lot of their embellishments. And then I found a title, so I used a great big border at the bottom as a frame for all these photos. I repeated this little frame here and then added embellishments there. Put some tools here and a fence, lattice fence image that was as a background for this cluster. And there's a cluster there. And here there's another cluster, and I put my happy place because we do spend a lot of time in our backyard. We quite enjoy it in the summer. So another cluster created with that title. So, and here is another page. Okay, so this is our Russian olive tree, and so that's why there's olive images on this page. But with it, I have green and purple flowers, yellow and purple here. But so this, my chair is really squeaky. I just noticed that. Anyway, on this page, I used the Kiwi Lane brackets. They come in 3 different sizes. I used, there's the medium and another smaller one behind it. So I found this beautiful purpley print that's the deep tone in these leaves and these flowers here. So I did the larger ones in the multicolored print, and then the smaller ones I did in the deep tones with just gold flecks. So I used this wide border as a frame for all these photos, and I didn't even mat them. I rarely do that. But I did frame this one with a frame from Elegant Edges. And then this is a border punch that is from Creative Memories. I just quite love it. And it's just half. So I cut 2 and put them back to back. And then I put this paper behind the diamond shapes in the middle of each one. And it made it pop. Instead of just the purple on the green, this really made it pop. So I quite like that effect. I found this lovely tree image. This is the Russian olive tree, and I took a picture of it because it grew so fast from a twig to this giant tree up to the rooftop in 3-4 years. It was so big. I thought it's getting icky looking, so we cut it down. I knew I was getting rid of it, but so I took a picture of it. So anyway, that's why that's there. And there's the olives. Pretty page again. Now I can see this being hiking, camping, anywhere in nature. Kids playing outside in the backyard. Just change the olive image to another tree maybe or something. Another beautiful page. And oh, here again. I'm not bragging. I'm like trying to explain that the images in Design Space are so beautiful that they're just making all this possible. Okay, I have tiger lilies. I've always loved them. And so I do have quite a patch of them in my backyard. And then these are them in full bloom, and then one up close, a couple. So I have lots of pictures of them. So on this I decided to use a black background. This has writing on it with gold leaf. And then I put a green border across. There's a block of green paper, dark green paper here. And this paper is so beautiful. And it has tiger lilies. What do you know? I love them. So it's so nice when you have perfect paper for a picture. So I found these great tiger lily images. Put one on the corner here and one on the corner there. So just rearranging my photos a little differently here. And this background is so pretty. This would be a frame from Design Space with the green border. And then this is just a Creative Memories shape with their cutting system. And so I did one with the red blade and one with the green blade to make that shape to just fill in over there. I did a box up here of repeating this paper for the title Relax, because this is our garden and it's here, Our Home is the title here that I put. So this is just a cutout shape from Design Space, but this is a die that I have. So I just, after I assembled my pages, I noticed, okay, there's a hole here, so what'll I do? And that's when I would pull out a die to do something. So that's the last of this grouping. So go to Everyday Life Scrapbook 50 to get the Design Space links for these. There's a link posted below on my website. So I hope you enjoyed these pages as much as I did showing them to you. Thank you so much for watching.